Okay, welcome to the Last Caretaker demo on Steam. I have played through this a couple of times now because I really like the game. I think the concept's really interesting. I like it. I think it looks great. It is slightly tricky to run, I won't lie. But yeah, I think it's a great game. So I figured I'll make a video on it. I'm hoping I've set up the HDR settings correctly for OBS. It's It doesn't seem to be going perfectly today. Yeah, we're currently at like 12 megabit per second on the bitrate, which is fine. I can record for 430 hours. I think we should be alright then. Okay, I'll just keep an eye on it just to see what happens. But yeah, we're going to start a new game because I already have a game in slot 1. And yeah, I think it's a really interesting game. Okay, we are in. Now I'm recording this on the Samsung Odyssey D981 or something like that. It's whatever it is. It's just the OLED Samsung. So we've got HDR. I'm hoping OBS is capturing it properly. I have it on my other monitor that is supposedly HDR, but obviously it's not proper HDR because it is still just an LCD panel. So yeah, we are in the game now. We've got our bed here that we can steal the mattress off of, in case we want to do that for some bizarre reason. Anyway, we also have a torch on our head. Some creepy sounds. We have a big button here. But obviously we're running on emergency lighting at the moment. And you can see down in the bottom, we have our weight limit in the bottom left. That's all the stuff we're carrying. Then the health above that is the power, because we're essentially a robot. Also, you can turn off the HUD with O. I'm going to say that at the start because I've been trying to find out how to do that for a while. Yeah, you can pick things up with E, or you can pick them up and move them around, or you can hold E down to bulk collect things. So yeah, we have power. You can see that when we turn the light on, it's like a 1 kilowatt light. And then the one in the other one next to it, above the weight next to power, I think is our level. And then yeah, let's just have a look through. So we got our inventory here. We've got skills. So this is everything we can unlock like throughout the game, which is pretty cool. Enhancers, so we can enhance our guy because this is our little guy just here. We can build as well, so we can only really build a couple of things at the moment. We've got no quests, got no tasks, and this is just like total number of skills, progression, blah blah blah. Obviously, we're limited to level 3 at the moment because this is just a demo. But yeah, we also have. I'm gonna stop when they're talking because you haven't heard it. I've already heard it. But yeah, so we've got our 5 here, which is our repair tool, and we obviously have our torch, and then we can get different guns and things. But yeah, and we can also do C to melee things, which I don't think looks great, but yeah. And you can also press E to then get the stuff out of those. So here we have a battery, which we can add to our holster. So when we press 4, we bring out a battery, and you can see down the bottom, it then gives us a bit more power. This is like a caretaker guy, but I don't think that is an actual caretaker. I was watching the dev stream and they were saying that that we look different to those guys, which, yeah, we do. We're like the caretaker. This guy must just be like a repair bot of some sort. But yeah, these are bad guys that we can kill. But at the moment, he's just sort of like chilling. He's a mosquito bot. That's quite funny. Okay, yeah, so, and all this kind of stuff. It's really physics-based, this game. It's really, really cool. Oh, yeah, see, I just caused that. But yeah, bit of a leak from that pipe up there. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, let's connect this. We've got our cable here that we can drag out, and we can connect it to the main battery. So this is a battery here. You can see it's got 5.1 out of 6 kilowatts. So the bar there's nearly full. You can grab all of this kind of stuff, but oops, we don't need to right now. So it's currently outputting nothing, but then if we turn on the switch, we can turn off our torch, and we've got all the cables connected. So yeah, we can see it's now using the power from in here. We can also get a cable and connect it to ourselves. So we're now charging up. You've got to keep your bar. You have to have power all the time, otherwise your health goes down and then you die. Which isn't good, obviously. So yeah, there's loads of hidden things around the place. For example, 5 batteries. Oh, 6 batteries. So yeah, we'll explore all the different rooms. See what's going on. The big buttons do turn the lights on in here. Got a little dinosaur? We'll grab him. One's pretty chatty. But yeah, so we've done these 3 rooms in here. So let's go through. We can turn the lights on as we go as well. Make it less creepy. Where's the lights in here? Over here. Cool. So we're just moving that stuff out of the way. Got some more wire. Yeah, so you can then hold down E to right, let's get into shush. We can hold down E to bulk collect. I think I did mention that already. So yeah, in here. Whack the nice lights on. We can get more health here. And you can see here that it runs out. And then it will gradually charge back up again. And then this is where you save. So we can back up. Do save slot 2. There we go. Done. Now we'll continue. Turn the lights on. Nice. Loads and loads and loads of junk in here that you can get stuff from. We've got the lift coming down. I don't think there's anything else really to look for. No. But the game looks like stunning. I think it looks really, really good. So yeah, let's turn the HUD back on. Now this is a bad guy here, like I said before, so we can... Oh. I don't think the fighting mechanics are the best with the crowbar. I think they'll probably be better with the gun, because pressing C is a bit... It just seems a bit bizarre. Get out of the way. Okay, we're in the hangar. Okay. Okay, so we can now have a look through our enhancers and things. So let's get a couple of them. I know we've only got 10, but we do get more. We'll do that. Yeah. Uh, then yeah, so here, let's unlock the dismantle tool, because that's a pretty important one, I think I would say. And we'll leave it at that for now. So yeah, here is a portable battery. So we'll take it with us, or you can connect it to yourself to get some more energy, of course. There we go, we're now full. So we could also just like walk along like this, and then we would just never run out. Or we can coil it back up again, and we can chuck it onto our boat. Oh, I got it in the building. Nice. Yeah, so here you can see there's more like just scrap just around the place. There you go, that's in the water now. So yeah, all of this kind of stuff you can pick up. Grab all the cables. There's always something in there. Grab a glow stick so we can see a bit better. Obviously, I've played this whole game, so I sort of do know everything that's going on. And everything that we need to do, where to go and things, but yeah. You can see that we've got to head towards the dock outlet, which is up here at the top. So I'll just follow along with the instructions. So let's open up this door. Luckily, we can manually open that one. Grab this trash here. You can see that our weight is gradually going up, and we're also using more power as we pick up more items. So yeah, you can't get in here because it needs power to open the door. Let's grab this guy. And obviously, yeah, the lights don't work. Let's go. Yeah, so the glow sticks do seem to tell you where to go, which is pretty handy. Oh, it's got a few things that it wants me to do. Happy? There you go. Oh, thank you. Boom. Okay, let's grab all these cables and all this kind of good stuff over here. Because we want all of this kind of stuff. Alright, so we're broken here. So we can press 5 to bring out our repair tool. So we've repaired it. Obviously that's not going to do anything. Fine, there you go. Happy? Open the tools menu. Yeah, well, look. Happy? Nope, still doesn't want to go. Oh well. So let's connect up the power cable to here. We'll connect it up to... I'll go to this battery here. We can do this. So there's 3 different settings. There's equalize. Like just to fill that one up, or to just fill it up the other way. So if you do it on equalize, you can see the 1 zeros. It will just equalize the battery power in both of them. So you can see here we've got 3.1 and 3.1. Anyway, we've connected through to here. So now... Perfect. Perfecto. There you go, so we've got a few more tasks to do now. I mean, we're full of that already, but let's back up. And now we can open the door. So yeah, just first up, there's something up here that I want to go to. So we just go up the stairs. We can obviously turn all the lights back on up here. Grab this scrap. So, up here, there's lots of different bits and bobs around the place. It's really cool. Like, yeah, so there's already some wire set up. There's piles of rubbish. And as you can see over here, there's some power generation type things. But first up, let's just kill the bad guys. There we go. Got him. Now we can open up the door. And we'll send the ladder down. Just because I'm going to use that later, most likely. I won't use it now. Got him. Okay, so it's pretty bad weather right about now. You can see that... Okay, so there's more bad guys first. So let's just quickly delete these guys. Oh, he's a big one. So yeah, this game is sort of full of this sort of thing. So there you go. You can see that this wind turbine over here is making us some power. It's making about 5.2 kilowatts. So that will now be charging up the battery that we just hooked up to the whole dock area. Obviously, these ones will make power as well. However, I'm not sure if they're going to make much. Oh yeah, 1.2, even though they're broken. But yeah, we don't really need that much, to be honest. And yeah, so this guy here also makes... Obviously, it's not making that much because there's not really much sun. And these ones you can also do, but you need to fix them, of course. As with those two that are sort of on fire. And yeah, when there is wind, you can tell because the flags here... The wind is real, is what one of the devs was basically saying. That when these flags are moving, it means there's wind. Therefore, you'll make some, wind energy. Otherwise, you won't make any. But, yeah, we're currently sending in 5 kilowatts. So that's pretty good. Let's go over and check out this room in here. Okay, so we can see here that we've got another bad guy with some floaty guys. Oh, I knocked a pole over. Perfect. Okay, yep. So, let's hook this building up. Obviously, we're not using any power in here yet, so... Won't be doing much, but there we go. Okay, and we can see the first 2 buildings that we've got. So, we've got 2 machines. One here, which is... Oh, of course, it's not on. Yeah, so we've got 6 different inputs here. None of this is available in the demo other than the electricity, but we will eventually get oxygen, methane, fresh water, diesel, and petrol, which is pretty cool. Yeah, let's hook up this one. So this is what is called the recycler. So you can get things, shove them in, and then whoa, we got iron and plastic. Let's also just pick that guy up. You can come over here and also throw in your scraps that you've got from things. But yeah, also you can press deposit all, and then that puts all of it in. I'm not sure where the sound's gone for it. It was doing it before. Oh yeah, also one of the devs was, they were saying that this is quite cool. So for quality of life, you can see we can walk through the wires, but objects actually move the wires. Which is really cool. But where we're going to be going through them a lot, they said for quality of life, they just decided to make it so that we don't like collide with them. Which is pretty cool. I think that's a very sensible option because I think it could get really annoying. And then yeah, to pick these up, you can either press E to pick them all up individually or hold it down and bulk absorb. There we go. We've hit the max level. Because level 3 is the maximum level in the demo. Wow. That's windy. Wow. Yeah, you can see because we're sending quite a lot of power through. They are fully on. I wonder if we've got enough materials to maybe fix another one of them. No, we need more aluminium and some silicon. I'm not sure where you get aluminium and silicon from, though. That's the issue. Anyway, I'm going to turn this one off again because I know something. Maybe some people know, maybe they don't. Let's just quickly top us up. So obviously, where we're getting 100 kilowatts, that's drawing it from downstairs in the battery, but also from the power generators. Then we can disconnect and we can coil up. Awesome. So now we're sending it all back downstairs again. Let's close the door. Why not? You can see that if we jump off something really big, the power spikes for a bit. That's because of, I'm guessing it's some sort of like boosters on our feet or something. But yeah. Okay, I'm guessing it's getting less windy outside because we're only bringing in a kilowatt now. But let's drop down the ladder. So we can then lower ourselves down. And we're back down here again. I'm going to just throw these down here. There is a reason. There's also a little blob guy. It's interesting because it's been different every time I've played the game then. He's never been there before. Yeah, it's a very demanding game. I'm always relatively surprised when a game like this comes out and it's this demanding. Because this is like kind of insane. For reference, I have a 9070 XT. And it's... I am recording, I suppose. Still, though. You know. I have been getting 60 when I'm not recording, though, so I suppose that's better. But yeah, I'm just kind of exploring, getting any goodies I can. We're going to need fabric, so let's demolish these things using the dismantle tool. Awesome. Okay. So yeah, we're going to want these for extra power, so... Don't know where they came from. No! Okay, well, I accidentally launched that one off. Never mind. But yeah, so we've got a few things that it wants us to do. One of which is open the gate, but we'll do that in a minute because of how sick it looks. It looks so cool. So, we want to connect up fuel. This is our diesel tank, just here. Auto coils, which is nice. We can connect it to a fill port, like so. We will set it to all going in. We are then going to... kill that guy. So this is broken. Very much broken engine. So let's repair it, which is one of our quests up in the top left corner. You can see this costs us 50 watt hours, so now we don't have as much power as we had before. So we can then connect in our engine module. We've got all of this down here that I threw down earlier. And then yeah, we also have a cable here. It also wants us to connect some power to it. So let's hook that up there. Phew, I nearly sent that one into the water as well. You can get things out again. You know, it's not like it's in the water forever. It's just annoying that I sent it in the first place. Let's just get these tyres because they have some decent stuff. Yeah, also, just a little side note, I've not seen any videos with this mentioned. These are like mooring wires. So you can connect it and then it gradually just pulls your ship nearer. So yeah, you can just connect from that side to there. And then it just holds the boat nearby. I've just not seen any videos mention it, so I figured I would. Let's set that to filling up the boat. We're going at 1 megawatt, so that's quite, you know, decent amount of power. And then yeah, let's go through here, and I can show you the room in here. Because now we've done all of our objectives, and we just have to open the doors and set sail. So yeah, we have all of this in here. Let's connect these machines to our boat's main power, which hopefully has some ports right here. So we can enable these guys. You can see why I brought this down. Because this is another recycler, as we had before, and another craft bench. Just here. Oh dear. Yes, I don't want that. So yeah, the enhancers, again, we've got another 10 to use. And then here we can build all of this sort of stuff. So we can build this, we could build a chest. We'll leave those 3. So yeah, here you can see that if we want to build, we can add the missing parts to the queue. And we can also press build for one of those. Let's just like whack one down there and another couple. That'll do. We can then add those as well. Let's add the gun as well. So now we can get rid of all of our stuff like that. So these are weight limited, I think. For 50 kilos each. But yeah, let's deposit all of our trash in there. I'm not going to discover everything because I've already gone through and discovered it all. I wanted this to be more like just a bit of a playthrough rather than a tutorial, which, you know, hasn't really gone how I wanted it to, just because I did already know all the secrets. So I've discovered literally every single room possible. I've played this demo for like 5 hours, so you know I have truly tried to discover everything I possibly can here because I just think the game's so cool. You can do deposits similar, so it tops up all of the ones that are already in there. That's, I think, genius. And then here we have a gun now. We can add that to holster. We actually have to charge the gun. I was wondering why it didn't work. You actually have to charge it. So if you get a cable, if you look down, you can see that we can connect ourselves to something, or we can connect electric pistol. So this is the cable from our gun, and we can connect it to ourself. And you can see now on the bottom of the gun, there's now a cable, and that we're also now charging. You can see that we're okay. So we're now out of power. So let's connect ourselves to that, just to get some power brought back into us. Obviously, we can still do stuff while we're connected to power. For example, I found another piece of the engine we can hook up. Oops. So now we got 2 out of 5 cylinders. Nice. Grab our battery. Put that on the table. Coil that up. Yeah, there's loads and loads and loads to do. Even just in this demo. If you really wanted to, you could go and clear out all of the rubbish from this entire base, which is a lot. Yeah, you can see that when we connect something, it then uses more power. And then we can deposit similar in there. Perfect. And here we will deposit I'll keep the cables. There you go, you can see that we're not as full anymore. So yeah. What I did in my save before was I actually connected a power line up to that battery. So obviously that's the one that's connecting. Okay, right, stop doing that. There. Skills, we need one of these guys. Yeah. I'm going to do the same thing again because it actually worked really well. So we can put one down here. Cancel to stop building more of them. It needs plastic and iron, of course. So we'll just come in here and we will grab 5 plastic and 5 iron. So we have everything that we need to now build it. There you go, we got near enough where it built. You don't have to be right next to things, which is just brilliant. So now let's drop the cable down. We can hook it up. I'm hoping I have enough cable to bring it down here. I'm not entirely sure. Perfect. There you go. So we've now set that so that it always charges. Always going to go this way. I'm guessing it's basically full because it's just slowed down. Yeah. So now we're only inputting the amount that we're using. Here, obviously, you have a graph of how full your the ship is and how much fuel we've got. If we disconnect this and just drop it there, you can see when we come in here that we're using about 3 kilowatts. If we turn these guys off, we'll then be using less. We can also turn off the main power with a lot of these switches around the place. There's a fair few of them. You can also turn off that guy, which then doesn't make any difference because we're not moving. Duh. But yeah, so you actually have 2 engines, electric or diesel. For powering the boat, you've got a net here that you can lower or raise, and it will just like collect random scrap that you can then do. This is a pump that you can connect to power and get water, but obviously you can't do that in this demo. I'm not really sure what else there is to tell you, so let's disconnect this stuff. We're already starting to float off a little bit. So I'm just going to reconnect that cable because I don't really want the boat to completely float off. But yeah, let's open up the door and then I'll end the video. I'm going to leave this video unedited so you can see all of it. So I'm hoping I got the audio dialed in correctly and things. But I do want you to be able to hear the game more than hearing me. So let's just grab some of this stuff. Grab these 2. We'll grab this fuel just in case we need it. I'll put it in here for safekeeping. Because obviously, where everything's physics-based, big wave, not much of a lip around the edge, so stuff will go flying off. So yeah, you can see it's pretty flat out there right now. All these things you can go to in the horizon, but not in the demo. So yeah, let's just back up. We'll also just fully charge our health. Cool. And then we will head down here. Let's just grab these and bring these down as well. We have quite a lot of power actually stored up in these single-use batteries, which is good. Just in case we obviously need it. I'm definitely going to make some sort of series on this if it goes well, because I'm going to play it a lot, because I really think it's a cool game. I'm also going to boot this up and deposit all of my trash in there. We can then deposit similar stuff. That will just gradually be working. Let's fill up the power quickly. We're done. So I'm going to drop this cable. This is my system for charging, by the way. We just back in, and then this will hop over the edge. So yeah, let's go up and check out the cockpit. I've not shown you it yet, so let's go and have a look. So we've got all of this. We can see what time is. We can see how much power we're using, fuel, damage. I'm not entirely sure what that means. I'm guessing it is how much we're turning. No. Oh, it's the throttle amount. Okay. Heading, all this kind of stuff. It's all very, very cool. We've got a main breaker switch here as well, because some enemies are attracted to the light and some like get frightened by it. So you want to turn the lights on and off depending, of course. And then yeah, let's just go and quickly have a little look at the build stuff. So obviously we've got all of this stuff that we can make, like the small batteries. We also have these two things, which are pretty cool. So let's just build them. I'll put them out on deck and we can see them working. Add all parts to queue. Add all parts to queue. We can build this guy. Go and build them out on the deck so that we can see what happens when it works. We can put one down there. And then I'll build a solar panel. I would normally build these on the roof, but this will work. Okay, and then let's build one of these just here. That will do. Oh. Okay, yeah, we need the parts for them, obviously. So let's go and get them from in here. Is he finished? Yeah. Sweet. There you go, and we got near enough to where it's been completed. And then we can connect these two here. And then, if we connect it to our ship's power, just like so, that way, then when we're outside, if there's wind, we'll get power from there, and if the sun, we'll get power from here. So let's now go outside and we'll have a look. Let's just quickly charge up. No way I've run out of cables, really. Okay, that's insane. Never mind. Okay, well now at least we've got some cable left. Right, anyway. Let's detach this guy. You can either pick it up from there or there. And let's head outside and see what happens. See, obviously we're losing power currently. We also do have this terminal. I'll let you discover that because we don't really need anything about it. I need to go and close and open the dock doors because it didn't work. The mission still doesn't say that we've opened them. Oh, and sail out. Duh. Let's go. As you can see now, I've adjusted the throttle. You can get out, and it will just keep accelerating. If you fall off the boat, you have like some sort of circuit to know when you're near, and it will stop. So yeah, if you've run out of fuel, for example, or power, if you're worried about the amount of power that you've got, you can turn that off and therefore not losing power. If you're worried about the amount of fuel, you can then just turn off the generator as well. Obviously, if we drive with just the electric motor, then we're making power. So, you know, we could technically drive forever. But it's really sick. It's so cool how it all jolts around and the boat's actually rocking. Stuff moves. Yeah. So cool. I love this game. I don't want to leave the playable area just yet. That'll do. What a screenshot. So yeah, you can see now where we have the electric engine running and the sun's going in. We're not making any power. Also running out of fuel. Not running out, but you know, we're running down the fuel. And of course we're moving as we float our boat around. Yeah, pressing space anchors you down. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you did enjoy today's video. If you did, then please do like and subscribe because I love this game and I'm definitely going to be playing it. I'm going to buy it as soon as possible. You can't buy it as like a pre-order or anything, so I'm just going to buy it as soon as it properly comes out. As soon as it is available. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now. I might just sit here for a minute. I'll pause the recording and then I'll continue it once it gets dark. And either some bad guys or some big waves or something. So yeah, cheers for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now. Alright, so yeah, you can see the red blobs on the outside. They're like bad guys. They're gonna try and kill us. Also, you can see, oh my goodness me, we are getting absolutely swarmed. I think they're scared of light. Yeah. Look at that. That's insane. The amount of bad guys. Like, things that want to kill us. Animals and stuff. Okay, yeah, wow. This was a much worse night than it was previously when I've played it. I've been safe to just sort of sit around before with the lights not on. Yeah, now I'm cautious of dying. But yeah, let's sail off into the ocean. I believe I have both engines running. Can have a check. Yes, we're losing loads of power and loads of fuel, so yeah. Awesome. But yeah, this game is awesome. I really, really like it. I did connect more uh of the twirly things, but I then ran out of electricity cables. So it's a good time to leave because I don't have any more unlock points and I can't get any more. So yeah. Sailing off into the future. Just ignore the bad guys, hope they don't kill me, so I can get a cool screenshot. There we go. The Last Caretaker. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I think this was a fantastic game. I cannot wait for it to be launched. It honestly looks incredible. Cheers for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.